Thanks for the introduction. I think it was a very long one. I think good enough for me to actually go and float my resume. Looks like it was a big one, right? So appreciate you all coming here. Thanks for your time. I'm waiting for my flicker, but I want to set the expectations in terms of what I'm going to speak for next, I'll say 15 minutes or so. I understand everyone here is from NBFC. You guys understand only figures, and I'm going to talk only figures. These are not my sales numbers. These are the numbers basically which are very relevant to you, which are very relevant to us. Thanks. These are figures which are very relevant to all of us, right? It's the environment that we are living in. It's the real world that we are living in with the problems around us, right? So that's the figure that I'm going to speak a little more on, and then I'll wrap it up with how we can help and how we can associate with you in terms of taking care of some of this possible problems that you may have, right? So that's the context of my presentation, and as I said, it should be for like about 15 minutes. We can probably take a couple of questions. We do have a booth outside and we can talk there too. Okay, so what brings us here, right? What got us here is what you see on the slide. But I mean, I really appreciate the presentation that was done before me. But in reality, what has happened for those NBFCs which have been there for a while now, this is what has evolved for them, right? This is a pretty complex slide, but I'll try and make it a lot more simpler for everyone to understand, and that's exactly how I understood too. The whole point is, I wish there's a pointer here, but what you see is on the left-hand side, right? You have your remote users, you have your external users, which you want them to get connected onto the right-hand side, where basically you want them to connect to their applications, which resides either in your data center, it resides in public cloud, it resides in hybrid cloud, right? The point is, how do you get this connected? And over the period of time, while your business grew, over the period of time, technology components started coming into your business. A lot of this evolved, right? So SD-WAN, which was the topic before me, is not like a new technology. It's been there for a while now. It broadly replaced MPLS, but customers do still have broadband MPLS, SD-WAN in their environment. Similarly, I'll just pick on one of the solution, right? In your environment specifically, DLP solutions mean a lot, right? Your data privacy is something which is associated with data is extremely important to all of you. So you deployed a DLP solution in the process. You started using some SaaS solutions, and thereby you started deploying a CASB solution and so on and so forth, right? So what has happened over a period of time is you deployed multiple solutions, you deployed multiple networks, and now we are into this whole this grid where we have users, we have applications residing in multiple cloud or your data centers, and then multiple solutions that got deployed during this process. Now, what this has led to, and that's the number conversation that I want to have. So what we did is we did a survey, and that's our own survey, right? So we did this survey with about 4,000 plus people, and this survey is not just for India, but we looked at the whole APJC market. We also looked at profiles, different profiles within the companies. We also looked at different industries, and with the employee ranges from 250 to about 2,500, right? And I'm going to share with you some of these results of this survey. Number one, percentage of Indian companies facing key security architecture challenges, right? Today, if we talk to any CISO or a CIO, the fundamental aspect that they talk to us is how this architecture should evolve. Can you give me a guide? Can you give us some guidance on where this is, right? Because every vendor comes and talks to them and say, you know what, my solution is something that you need. But what are they going to do? How are they going to deploy so many things? How are they going to run their show and their business, right? And architecture has to really come up. And that's like the biggest challenge, right? In terms of percentages, you will see that the lack of control over access to organizations' data and network is something which is a major one. And these challenges are real. These challenges with the people sitting out here, you would also have a similar conversation internally into your organization. Let's move next, right? Organization facing rising attacks and incidents which are cybersecurity incidents. 83% of the respondents, specifically in India, they said that they had one or the other incident in past 12 months. A lot of this doesn't come out. A lot of this is not shared. but the reality is a lot of this is happening. It's just that it's not shared enough. But when you talk one-on-one with individuals, when you talk one-on-one with customers, you will get a lot of insights, and we have got this insights, right? But the fact is 83% of incidents are, 83% of the respondents really said that they had incidents in last 12 months. Going forward, and I believe so, a lot of this is again very relevant in India. More specifically, I would say phishing attacks and supply chain attacks. Well, from NBFC standpoint, I mean, supply chain is quite limited, but look at it in terms of manufacturing companies and all. The major issue that they have today is how do they fix the supply chain attacks. It's a big issue for that industry. They're trying to figure out what can be done around it, but this is reality, right? Phishing attacks are on rise. Your traditional email security is not really solving this problem. And they are just in, like, I see the number 45% here, but if we go a year down the line, it will be a lot more. This is a reality. Moving forward, top challenges for Indian cybersecurity leaders again, how do you secure your workforce? Work from home is a reality. How are we going to secure this workforce, right? 47% defending against cyber attacks, and 38% believe that securing customer correspondence and data. How will we manage all of this? Moving forward, 47% of respondents in India say that they had a financial impact because of security incidents, which exceeds over $1 million. I know of a customer, which is now a Cloudflare customer, but it was a prospect for me when we spoke to them saying, what is the urgency on deploying this? They said they had a business email compromise and that costed them about $1 million. It was $1 million which was just out of the bank, which the instruction actually came in from the CEO to the CFO to make this payment, right? But those things, again, as I said, they don't come out. When you talk one-on-one, you get that. A lot of people in this room, if we speak one-on-one, you will as well admit and say that, yes, this is a reality, right? Again, I did say this, work from home is a reality. 58% of the employees can work from home at least once a week. The new generation people, you'll tell them that you need to come to office every day. There are very high chances that they'll not join the company. There are very, very high chances, right? So you got to still allow them work from home, but that increases the attack surface. And how are you going to manage that attack surface, right? 43% of the employees have used AI. That's what customers tell us. We believe so that from an AI standpoint, the threat vector is coming, but it has actually come. And your employees are actually using that. What are you going to do about it? That's again something to think about, right? Indian organizations are not sufficiently prepared. 52% are saying they're highly prepared, but what about the balance 48%? A lot of them have the endeavor and the wish to do it. Challenge is how do we get there? How do we get it started? What is the architecture we are talking about, right? I'll just move on. I see Flickr with about 3 or 5 minutes left over. But this whole survey results, you can actually find it at our booth. You can do a QR scan and you will get all the details around it. But there's a lot of meaningful data around there. Companies do face complexity, and where we are coming from is you believe so that whatever is going to be deployed, is it going to be enough for next 30 years or 10 years, 20 years? No, we believe so that it's going to be enough only for next 3 years. Whatever that you are taking as your initiative, it's not going to solve any long-term problems. It's just going to solve your problems for next 3 years. And you got to continuously innovate. And I think a lot of conversations that happened in the panel discussion was around that, right? Where we can come in. And in the next 2.5 minutes or so, I wish to just let you know in terms of where and how we can help you solve this problem, right? So what we have is this entire middle section that you see, which is connectivity cloud, right? What does this mean? We have our own data centers. We have our own network that connects these data centers. The data centers that I'm talking about spans across 300 plus cities. Tons of metals that lies into these data centers. We integrate with like close to about 12,000 plus service providers as well globally. And what you can expect from us is you can connect your public internet, public cloud, SaaS applications, branch offices, enterprise networks. I'm not really talking of connectivity of the branch office like the earlier presenter, but we're talking of if you're thinking of your deployments that are really going to go not just with India, but outside of India as well, then you will need to connect to someone who's going to provide you with a lot of other connections too. Moving forward, just out here, why do you think it's going to be important on Cloudflare to provide you the solution? If you may not know, about 20% of the web traffic or internet traffic actually runs on Cloudflare. We exactly know what's going on. If you have heard with a notification that came out or a release that we gave just yesterday with HTTP2, the vulnerability which has come in, we were the one who actually identified that, and we have published it on our blog. I would really recommend you to go and read that. But that's like, we could figure that out because we are the ones who actually have a lot of visibility of what's going on internet. As I said, 20% of the internet traffic runs on us. We detect like 140 billion threats and we block them for our customers, right? 95% of the world internet using population can connect to our network in less than 50 milliseconds, which basically means that when you pass your traffic on to us, in terms of any of the solutions that we're talking of, you wouldn't really face any latency and an impact for your users or your customers who are leveraging your platforms, right? This is the network that I'm talking about. The blue dots that you see are our data centers. Again, it's global. The whole capacity that we're talking of is 290 Bps. And as I said, you can reach to our network in less than 50 milliseconds, right? What we can help you achieve? We basically can help you achieve protecting your employees. We can help you achieve with protecting your applications, and we can help you achieve protecting your networks. So a lot of times customers get confused saying, oh, so you compete with AWS or GCP or Azure. No, we are not in the business of computing. We're not in the business of storage. We are in the business where if your business is going to depend on internet, and if you are going to leverage your business with internet, you need to protect a lot of your environment which is on internet. So unless we get the control of your traffic on internet, we cannot protect it, right? So we are the ones who would come before any of your cloud platforms, and we would basically be in position to give you a better performance, a better security framework for your employees, for your networks, and for your applications, right? This is our portfolio. It's a pretty extensive portfolio, which is on application service, SASE service, secure service edge, and so on. And we'll be happy to discuss this in detail over our booth, or maybe one-on-one when you believe so. It just makes sense. But broadly, as I said, it's protecting network, it's protecting application, and it protects the employees, right? That's all from my side. It just shows time's up, and I think I'm pretty much in time. So thanks for being patient. Thanks for listening to me. We have a couple of people from Cloudflare as well outside. Happy to discuss and connect with you.